Hi, my name is Brian, and tonight for dinner we'll be having taco salad. What you're going to need for the ingredients is about a pound of ground hamburger meat, some taco seasoning, 2 cans of diced tomatoes, or 1 large will work. At your preference, you could have a little salsa and sour cream, but you will also need a small head of lettuce, a bag of chips. I like to get the nacho flavored ones for more flavor, and a bag of cheese, shredded cheese. What we're going to do first is brown the hamburger meat. I've already preheated the pan to save a little time. So we'll go ahead and get this out. It's going to sizzle pretty loud here in a sec because I've already preheated it. I mean, shouldn't have to tell you, but you always want to brown your meat to get the rawness out of it, so you don't get sick salmonella or whatever other kind of diseases could come from it, or bacteria. This just takes just a little time. I'm cooking on high heat right now. A medium to high heat would work. You just want to make sure you get the meat just good and hot. About 165 degrees is what's preferred for beef to be cooked to. That's Fahrenheit. When I'm doing this, I like to keep on chopping it down just because I like to have just a smaller piece of it. I don't like big chunks of it in my taco salad. There we go. We're getting there now. It doesn't take a real long time to do this. I just like to keep moving around and keep chopping it up. Any kind of meat will work. People have preferences over the 80-20 or 97-3 or the what's the other 26-74. It doesn't really matter. I think I got the 80-20 today. We're getting right about there now. While I let this finish browning up there for just a minute, go ahead and look at the back of my taco seasoning package, and it says that I need to add 2/3 cup of water, so I'll do that. A little more. Just about right. We'll do that here in just a second. Alright, that's browned up pretty good right now, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in the strainer and drain it. You're doing this just to get some of the excess grease off of it. Turn that to the heat. We'll check to make sure of the temperature. 2/3 cup of water. Go ahead and get that in there pretty quick, that way you aren't scorching your pan with a high heat. Taco seasoning. I usually go ahead and try to use my spatula just to move it around, that way there's not just chunks of all that seasoning. You don't get a real intense bite of all that taco seasoning. That'll work pretty good. Go ahead and rinse off the meat a little bit. Return it back to the taco mix. We'll stir it in there pretty good. Make sure all your meat's covered. I like to flip it around. I'm going to turn the heat down off of high, down to about medium, low, something like that, just to let it simmer, let all those flavors really cook into the meat. Yeah, that's going to be nice right there. Next we have a pot over here. This will be what we put all the ingredients into. And I'll start by opening a can of tomato paste, or diced tomatoes. I have a little trouble finding the can opener. There it is. Doesn't really matter what brand you use. Definitely do not want to use tomato paste. That'll come out really thick. Just you don't have to use diced tomatoes if you don't want to. It's a preference. I'm not a big fan of raw tomatoes, but when I put these in here, it tastes pretty good. I like it. Well, and then get this other one going. Go ahead and stir the meat a little bit more, just to make sure really all the flavors really cook in there. It's looking nice. I'll get this other one in here. Chips. I like to go ahead and add mine in there. You don't have to if you don't want to. I like to get mine, crush mine up, and it just mixes everything in there real good. Get those in there. Start to mix that up just a little bit. Go ahead and turn this on to about a low heat just to get everything going. The lettuce, I don't like to use a whole head of lettuce. It just seems like a lot in there. I'll get a small head. I can usually cut it in half. Again, you just as much or less as you want. You do your lettuce, you usually want to peel off just the outside of it. Just that big stuff. It might have been exposed to chemicals. I do. Pesticides and whatnot. And cut off the bottom here. That's where the root attaches to. Let's push that over to the side. Lettuce, you just chop it to however you want. Coarse or fine. I try to get mine a little more fine. Smell the meat starting to get pretty good, so I'm going to give it a quick stir. There it is. Gotta keep track of your tools. Oh yeah, smelling really good. All right, a couple big pieces I'll shred by hand. You know, cooking. You're supposed to cook with your hands. It's all right. I'm gonna add some of this over here. Mix it up a little bit. And finally I'm going to add the meat to it. It's got a whole lot of juice and sauce in there, and that's fine. Now all it's going to do is absorb into the chips. Just make it taste that much better. I'm going to move that from there. I move this one over. Get everything cooking in there real good. Again, just mix your back up, turn off the other eye. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Finish up with the lettuce in here. Get a couple more tosses right here. Now going to cover and let that just cook down a little. Almost forgot the cheese, most important part right there, so it makes the meal good. Sprinkle it in. I like to use the whole bag of cheese because I love cheese. Again, we're going to mix her up. Alright. Now we're going to cover it and let it simmer. About 5 minutes, maybe 10, just depending on your heat. Let all those flavors really cook in. And when you're done, just serve in a bowl. Like I said, you can have your sour cream or salsa. I like to use both. And that's a quick and easy dinner for you. Thank you.